Sounds familiar. Yeah.
Honestly, didn't even want to rap on this.
Used to run through the money, now I'm too old. Man, I'm just playing. Shot when I land. Promoter paid for 6 flights, got the team right. I just told Mr. Band, came in for the bands. Beachside Villa for aesthetic, just because and I don't even like the sand. Stan Smith sneakers on the beach, that's the water. I just came in for the tan. This was always planned, you wouldn't understand. I could turn a Chevy to a Cullinan. I could turn a Rolls to an AP. I came from Sorry Sir to come again. I came from 2 screens to HD. Tell her why you mad for. Go on, tell her why you mad for. No new friends, I couldn't catch a win until I cut off the loose ends. Used to whip the under in the trunk of that 210s. Just like that too. Out the speakers was max beat. Couldn't say a thing about the way if you asked me. Never caught the chain, I was always trying to gain green. Riding around with my sexy love in the passenger seat. Tell her why you mad for. Go on, tell her why you mad for. Go ahead and just give me a reason not to change on you once I give me a million. I got checks in Hamburg, I might fly out this evening. I got checks in Moscow, I'll be back in a weekend. If it wasn't for COVID, I'd be in Europe touring. Counting cash on the couch is getting kinda boring. Must be talking about kids when you talk driving foreigns. Say I'm lying and I'm telling stories, or you can't. Tell her why you mad for. Don't tell her why you mad for. Silly. Soft spoken, I can hit the studio and spit till my jaw's broken. For records in the hour, I'm not bragging, it's all boasting. Turn the top 10 a bar for bar and it's all coasting. And it's easy for me, just tell me go on, I'm on go, it's no reason for me. Doing features for a feature that's reaching for me. My next show's a mattress store, they been sleeping on me. See, they took my style, see, they been peeking on me. That's why I'm mad for.
They try to say like, ooh, that's a cute song, that's a cute song. Well, let me bar for bar real quick, just to wake you up, get you out your seat, just like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, a little reminder. Set a reminder on your phone, wake up at 6 a.m. like me, go to sleep at 12 like me, and it's still sleep gang. You gotta get your rest, stupid.
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? This your boy, Tay. Biz, what up, Biz Nation in the building? We are about to get it in tonight. I do understand that this is a college football playoff night. However, we got some things to discuss of importance. We have to get into a discussion here about something that has been looming in the air. A little, not under the radar, but like just a little bit under the radar, because we got the presidential inauguration coming up, and we got, Diddy and Jay-Z, that stuff going on, and a lot of stuff going on with Demonte Kendrick and all that. I mean, it's a lot going on. But this whole thing with Allison Holker, the wife and now widow of Stephen Twitch boss, has gotten crazy, okay? With this book, or whatever she's got going on, with this interview that she did with People Magazine. We about to get into all of this stuff right now and have this discussion, because this is a very, very important thing to talk about, I believe. You know what I'm saying? And so I wanted to go ahead and see what Biz Nation was up to tonight. I hope y'all saw the thumbnail. It's a lot going on. As you can see at the top right corner of that thumbnail, there's a little bit of a family, and there's a little blended family going on over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what's going on right now, but I'm telling you, something don't feel right, smell right, seem right. It's not passing the smell test. This whole People Magazine interview and all this kind of stuff, it's not passing the smell test at all, So we want to get into it. I want to know what you all think about this, all right? But before we get into it, we got some people in the building. We got Abundance saying, hey, Biz Nation, what up, doe? What up, doe? What up, doe? We got Abundance saying, hey, I guess you was feeling the music. You know what I'm saying? Is that Shy Digger? Shy Diggy. I'm sorry, Shy Diggy. What up, though? How you doing today? How you doing? Of course, the mind of all minds chilling and building, saying hey to abundance and saying hey to everybody, basically. Saying what up, though, to everybody. That is what's up. That is what's up. It's getting wild out here, man. It's getting wild out here. Go ahead, hit the like button. Go ahead, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Go ahead and do all the preliminaries right now, and go share this we'll share this live, because we're going to go ahead and get into this particular issue, this particular topic, tonight. You know what I'm saying? So Dee in the building. What up, though? Shout out to Dee in the building. Everybody put Dee in the chat. Already showing love, showing love, showing love. Dee in the building is giving and gifting 10 memberships. 10 memberships, man. I appreciate it. Let's give her some love. Put Dee in the chat. Always showing love, man. Always showing love. I appreciate it so much. This is so, I mean, I really do appreciate this for real. Like, people don't have to do things for you. They don't have to give you anything. They don't have to be benevolent. They don't have to think about you. They don't have to subscribe to your channel. They don't have to do anything. But the fact that she does this all the time and just frequently, you know, chime in and give her opinion, give her insight on things, I promise you, this is so awesome, you know. So when people start coming in a little bit later, they're gonna get the green already, you know what I'm saying? Because it's thanks to Dee. And I'm going to reiterate this later on in the live as well, how benevolent and how awesome and sweet she's been towards the channel. So once again, I want to show love to Dee once again. Let's go ahead and give her some love. Let's go. All right. Now we about to get it popping, because let me tell you something. This is a very interesting. First of all, it's a very interesting time frame that all of this is coming about, and it's interesting now how the family haven't kept everything under the radar, didn't say anything, didn't promote themselves, didn't write a book, they didn't have no interviews with nobody, they didn't do any of this. It's only until she had this interview in this book that came out, or is out or about to come out. It's only until then when you start hearing the family say anything when it comes to Twitch and everything that went on. Nobody even knew about the NDAs, the non-disclosure agreements that were being passed out to attend the funeral or before the funeral or before you walk into the funeral. No one knew about this. No one knew anything until this lady had to have an interview and had to get a book deal and just had to do this. This is another thing. All right. It's another thing. Look at y'all looking good in green. First of all, I gotta say, looking good in green. You know what I'm saying? Looking good in green. The green gang there. Tracy Talks. What up, though? Listen, this is absolutely egregious in my humble observation and opinion on how this is being presented. Okay, it's one thing to speak about someone, especially after their death, but it's another thing to reveal things that are personal, that's supposed to remain in your house, that's supposed to remain in between you and your relationship, marriage, especially marriage. You know, you would think that you would have somebody, a spouse or someone who could have compassion and cover you, all right, without going back to their family, talking about this, that, and the other. But apparently, this particular situation, this lady had to get this out. And then on top of this, she gets a book deal, right? And she gets an interview with People Magazine. People Magazine, okay? And People Magazine just let her Let her go for it. All right. We're gonna look at this interview today. We're gonna unpack it a little bit. We're gonna dissect it a little bit. I want to know honestly what you all think about this. All right. I really, really do. This is, to me, a very egregious, diabolical situation. All right. And now the family, we're going to get into everything. We're going to get to the family. We're going to get into all that kind of stuff. But this is what it is, you know? I mean, this is something that has gone on for too long. This is a reminder, again, even with, and I hope fellas watch this video as well, and anyone. But this is the thing where you can do something so egregious and you get a book deal. If no one set the blueprint, your girl Jada Pinkett Smith set the blueprint on how to do this. The red table talk, the entanglement, which has become a new word in the dictionary when it comes to having an affair. But not just having an affair, but having an affair with your son's friend. Okay? With your son's friend, you can get on your own show, Red Table Talk, with your husband, look him dead in the eye, do all these confessions, all these things. They already knew, they talked about all this kind of stuff, participate in this type of crazy dialogue, and then write a book deal and title it Worthy. Worthy. This is only, listen, I'm sorry, ladies, I gotta say this, but only y'all can do stuff like this. Only y'all, a man can't cheat on his wife and write a book about it. He can't. He can't. You won't see it. You won't see it. If he do write a book, it ain't gonna be about that. It's gonna be about something else. It's gonna be about something else. It ain't gonna be about that. See, I'm telling y'all laughing. See, Tracy Talks laughing right now, talking about FOH, but I'm telling you, think about it. Think about this. This woman slept with a younger guy, a teen, like a preteen, a teen, young adult age. Teen, young adult age. All right. It said this was an entanglement, and it felt good. I hadn't felt that good in a long time, is what she said in front of her husband, and then wrote a book. Only y'all can do that. But it said Jay-Z said it on national TV. Said what? He didn't say that. The song. Listen, Jay-Z ain't writing no book about how he cheated on his wife. He's not gonna do that. He's not going. Jay-Z is not going to write a book and talk about how he became a better man after he cheated on his wife. What he did do was make an album called 444. That's what he did. He went to the music. But who came out with it first? Who came out with Lemonade? And y'all love to talk about Jay-Z and Beyonce. That is the worst couple to ever use as an example of anything that regular people go through. They don't have regular people problems. They don't. They have magnified issues. You don't see on a regular, consistent basis where that happens. You just won't see it. Y'all can give me all the excuses y'all want. You're not going to see it. Bunny said, let me get some more. Try to get some examples. When a man is, especially a man that is of a certain ilk, like a Denzel Washington type, and if you found out that Denzel had a freak off or something like that, he's destroyed. His entire, y'all gonna do him just like you gotta do R. Kelly. R. Kelly is nasty and he's crazy, but he done wrote some of the best music of all time. That's what we're gonna say about Denzel. Denzel, man, what he did, I don't agree with it, but he's one of the greatest actors to ever live. See, we do this all the time. We all guilty of this, man. You know what I'm saying? We all guilty of this. But I'm telling you, This is what happens. This and this whole thing of all times, and this whole thing doesn't feel right, seem right, or nothing, right? It just doesn't. It just really doesn't. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go back a little bit, recap a little bit on this whole situation, and then we're going to get into this interview, all right? So I want to go ahead and pull up just an article real quick. We're going to read it real quick and just go over the whole thing about Twitch. We all know Twitch from he's a dancer. We all know him from So You Think You Could Dance and things of that nature, and also with Ellen DeGeneres as a DJ there. He self-inflicted gun wound in a motel in Encino, California, December the 13th, 2022. Okay, so this is still recent. I mean, you've been married to somebody for 9 years. You've been with them for longer than that to get to that point of 9-year marriage. So you had to be with each other for over a decade. So it's still fresh, 2 years, and he was 40 years old. Boss's widow, Allison Holker, told officers that, to her knowledge, he never or does not have a history of self-inflicted thoughts, ideas, or self-deletion ideas. Also, he does not have any mental health problems, does not have any financial issues or marital problems, according to a police report included with the autopsy findings, right? Says here that it is with the heaviest of hearts that I have to share my husband, Stephen, my husband, Stephen, has left us. She said in a statement to the Post at the time. Look at my brother, man. Smile. That's how you seen him like that all the time, all smiles. It says here in the statement that Stephen lit up every room he stepped into. He valued family, friends, and community above all else. And leading with love and light was everything to him. He was the backbone of our family, the best husband and father, and inspiration to his fans. Holker, a professional dancer who appeared on So You Think You Could Dance, reportedly ran frantically into a Los Angeles police station at the time, claiming her husband left home without his car, which she said was unlike him, law enforcement sources said. In this new report, police confirmed Holker visited a station to file a missing persons report. Now, this is what I don't understand. Maybe somebody can help me out in the chat, or maybe somebody can help me out in the comments when y'all see this live again. How long does it take for the police to receive or to actually execute or file a missing persons report? I was told, and I believe it is in most states, or probably most cities and states, that it has to be 24 to 48 hours, or it has to be 48 to 72 hours. But it has to be at least 42 hours, 24 hours, right? Somebody else help me out in the chat as well. Okay. She filed a missing persons report. Police later got a call about a shooting at the Oak Tree Inn on Tuesday, December 13, 2022 at 11:10. The hotel manager and housekeeping staff entered the room as Boss had not checked out. They discovered his possessions still in the room and subsequently found him unresponsive in the shower with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound, states the report obtained by the Post. A white towel was around Boss's shoulders, and his clothes and other belongings were found neatly folded and stacked into the motel room. Now, was he neatly folding his clothing so he could pack it up in his luggage so he could leave? It's 11:10. Checkout is normally what, 11 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock in some motels. Who knows, right? I don't know that motel's policy, but what I do know, Oak Tree Inn, but what I do know, shout out to Green Eggs No Ham. Appreciate you coming through. I appreciate it. It's good to see you too as well. Everybody put green eggs in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. Like this and share this with your peeps. But if I have clothing neatly folded on my bed, I'm either packing or I'm unpacking. If I'm unpacking, I'm hanging them up. I'm putting them away neatly. But if I'm folding my clothes because I know it's time for me to go, then I'm neatly folding them so I can put them in my luggage. And how was the man missing if he checked into a motel? He checked into a motel. So and it's not like he was in any danger. Okay. So, and why did he walk away? Why he walk away? It did like it's so many unanswered questions about this entire thing. Okay. A table was located against the north wall of the room, which held a backpack containing various notebooks and a laptop computer. All right. The Post previously reported that he left a self-deletion note in his motel room that vaguely alluded to past challenges. Shout out to Sapphire Ridge News. What up, though? Appreciate you, sir. The autopsy report confirmed a note was present, but the contents were not disclosed. A celebration of Boss's life was held February 11th, that's of 2023, with Holker describing him as a light and a moving speech. He chose love, grace, kindness, right? He left children, 14, 7, and 3. At this time now, I believe that they would be at least 16, 9, and 5 at this point. They go to family right there. All right. That is the song that she was singing. Boss was laid to rest at a private funeral in January. The following month, Holker filed for half of her husband's estate as he died without a will. Her request was granted in April. Jesus. Holker and family members have launched the Move with Kindness Foundation to honor the late choreographer's legacy by spreading love and mental health awareness. She said the man didn't have any mental health issues. Okay. That's what she said, right? She said he didn't have any mental health issues. Is that what she said? Okay. So the song that she was singing when everything was going down was a different tune. It was a different tune. It was a different song. All right? It was different. No drugs, no alcohol in the system. No signs of anything that would have him or lead him to doing that. No signs of anything that has anything to do with a head trauma that he may have had from years ago. Because, you know, this whole thing with concussions and all that kind of stuff. Who's to say? I don't know this man's medical history. I don't know if he had concussions years ago and things like that, and all of a sudden his road is coming up to him. Who knows? But the way she's talking about her husband, not some dude she's dating, right? Her husband. The way she's talking about it, it ain't making sense what she's saying now. Okay? It ain't making no sense what she's saying now. Now she has a new man. All right. Look at it. She is just, look at that. Oh, look at that. She got a new attitude. Okay. She got, look, oh my good, come on now. They are in Disney World, Disneyland. Okay. This is where we at. Again, I can't tell people, it's not my job to judge how people move on. However, my spidey sense, I spy with my little eye. Something doesn't seem right. Doesn't make sense at all. I'm the great husband. I'm all these things. You file for half of my estate as soon as I'm gone. In April, you get everything. Interesting. You go from I'm a great husband, father, I'm a light in a room when I walk in, I'm all these things. And then all of a sudden we get to this situation right here. An interview, People Magazine, where she now decides to tell her side of things. And she is now stating that, you know, I really didn't know he was hiding so much stuff. He was hiding so much. He was in a dark place. See, the narrative's changed, people. I didn't know that he was dealing with so much deep down inside. Now all of a sudden, the tone of the song has changed. We want to get into this interview, man. Oh, we want to get to this interview. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you're ready to see this interview, let's put a 1 in the chat. If you're ready to see this interview, put a 1 in the chat. This is about to get interesting. This is about to get interesting because we have the family. They're like, yo, I don't understand what's going on right now. They are not, and let me tell you something. This is how you know it's getting serious. Mom stepping in now. She ain't said a word. We haven't heard nothing from Mama Boss. Now Mama Boss stepping in to make sure that her son's integrity, his dignity, stay the way it has always been. For those who knew him personally, his cousin have said something. Brother, we're gonna get into all of this stuff. Let's go ahead and get into this interview, and let's see what Miss Holker has to say. Let's go.
Our anniversary weekend was right before everything happened. And it's so interesting when I look back because now there are little signs, but when we were in the moment, everything was beautiful. We had chose to go stay in Laguna Beach, and we chose that because Wesley was having a soccer tournament out there, and we wanted to go see her, and everything was blissful, and we were watching, the soccer games and eating room service and going to have drinks together and going to museums. We bought a sculpture together, and everything was great. We drove there, and then we drove home, and I had no clue. And I think that's the confusion that I've always been left with, because I'm not going to have closure. My kids aren't going to have closure, because it's very confusing when you think everything's wonderful. But then then you look back and you're like, oh, maybe that was a sign. But that's also still something I'm still trying to process and understand myself, which is why therapy is wonderful. But for real, it's interesting because there were no signs at that moment for me. I didn't know. And even the days coming home, I remember when we got home, we made a dance video. There was a dance video that he actually wanted to do. We wanted to do every Sunday or every Monday before Christmas as a family. And we did it. And I was reading a story to my kids that night, and we had dinner, and there weren't signs. Wesley is so strong, but having someone say last words to you that you didn't really process at the time as being anything wrong, as dramatic as she had to deal with the words that I believe it was, I wanted to be your Superman, or I wish I could be your Superman. That's really hard to hear, especially as a teenager, and look back on everything. And she still goes to that same school where he dropped her off and said those words. But I'm also really proud of her for sticking it through and facing it every single day when she goes to school. And she handles it with far more grace than she should have to. But we took the steps to really help her and communicate with her and make her feel seen and heard in it. And I think she also sees those words as something beautiful. Something beautiful.
Hold on one second, y'all. Hey, Red Bunny came in hot. She said, this bitch. I don't like this bitch. Dang, Red Bunny off the hook already. Let's go, man.
And also ugly. It's a battle that she's going to always have with herself, but I know she can see it for both sides. When I would think about my husband at the time, I would think, oh, I love that tWitch is such a great performer, but then when he comes home, he feels safe enough to be Steven. tWitch was extremely extroverted. Steven was introverted. tWitch loved to be the light in everyone's lives, and then Steven liked to hide away. Those are very two different personalities that were battling each other any given day. And
Let me ask you a question. Okay, and shout out to Green Eggs No Ham says, I think that money isn't coming in like when he was alive, so now she needs a storyline. It's sad. She always seems shady to me. Facts. Look here. If you look at them crazy eyes, she got the crazy eyes. Let me tell you something. One of the things that don't lie is the eyes. Them some crazy. This woman, let me tell you something, man. This woman does not, she is trying to paint this picture of this dude as if he had this. You're talking about a human being. Everybody has a part of them that when they're out with their friends or something like that, that you are pretty much comfortable with people that you're familiar with, right? It's called serotonin. Serotonin is a chemical release that happens when you feel safe with someone. So that's why you're able to let your guard down. You laugh a little bit more. You might talk a little bit more because you feel safe with this person because you're familiar with them. So you release serotonin. All right. Dopamine is different. Dopamine is pleasure driven, not happiness driven. Those are different things. Serotonin is more of a happiness driven chemical release. Okay. So when you have that with the group of people that you're with, and then you come home or you by yourself or whatever, and then you just to yourself a little bit. Being to yourself doesn't mean that you're depressed. Being to yourself doesn't mean that you have mental issues. Being to yourself or being quiet at home, even though you're around your family, it doesn't mean that something's wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? You're describing someone who was extroverted because that's his personality. Second of all, he's a dancer. Most dancers are very extroverted. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't mean that because he came to the crib and he was just, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't mean he had issues or issues that he saw fit for you to even answer or resolve. He's at the crib. You see what I'm saying? So even the way she's describing him, it's almost as if she know of him. It's almost like she sounds like she know of him, but not the intimate part of him. But you see what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all feeling this or not, what I'm saying. But this is what I'm getting. Right? This is what I'm kind of like getting from her. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want to sound like you knew him, but in all honesty, you didn't really put in the effort to really know him like that. You knew him enough to be able to build whatever it is that he wanted with you. So I don't understand this whole thing right now. You talking about your therapy doing great, Nah, ma'am, your therapy is probably because you got some anger manipulation issues going on, probably. And you're dressing it. See, people like to create a narrative of themselves and hope that you believe it. They hope they can get one on you. Let me put myself over real quick. They hope that you believe it. They hope that whatever picture that they paint of themselves, they hope that you believe it so you can be just as naive and crazy as they are. And then when you decide not to do that, then you're against them. Then they want to go to therapy. You see what I'm saying? They're not using it for what it's for. So this whole thing right now feels creepy to me. Okay. Chill said we all need to decompress. Absolutely. Absolutely. That don't mean something's wrong with you or I need you to fix anything. She really don't love that man, period. On period. Red Buddy said yes. And a wife is supposed to know when something is going on with her spouse. She didn't know him. There you go. There you go. At least suspect something might be off. I'm one of those, are you okay? I'm one of them brothers in a minute. Like when I know something don't look off to you, like if I see you and I know you, and then for some reason you moving differently, I'm like, you okay? You good? And if you say yes, then I'm like, okay, I'll take you for your yes. But the door is open if you need to talk. And then later on, they'll be like, you know what? I do need to say something. Like, I know. I was waiting on you to finish lying to yourself so we can have a conversation. I'm here. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Look, if she really knew, then she should have picked up on signs. Picked up on signs. That's facts. Let's go.
He would talk about that in interviews, that he very much admitted that that was going on. And I think as I was with him for so long, and that's in interviews, those are very two different personalities that were battling each other any given day. And we would talk about that in interviews, that he very much admitted that that was going on. And I think as I was with him for so long, and that's how he's been the entire relationship, I was like, it's a beautiful thing that he can be both. But then when you start stepping away from the new fact of what's happened, I look at that, I was like, wait, what if I would have made him feel safe, or with therapy, he could have felt safe to be him all the time? And what if he felt safe being this one individual that has different kind of energies, but you don't have to be a completely different person and put them aside from each other? I wish in that part of my life with him that he would have felt comfortable asking for help, wanting to go to therapy, wanting to talk to his friends or loved ones or people he felt comfortable with about what he was really feeling. But I think he was always so strong for everyone. He wanted to continue to be that. And that's what I've learned the most, is that even for myself, I've had some major lows, as I'm trying to figure this out and navigate this myself. And I'm very scared to ask for help. And I'm learning how much strength it actually shows when you decide to stand up for yourself and ask for help and finally lean on someone. I know for me, for the last 2 years, I felt like I wanted to get my kids through everything. I want to get my family through everything. And I want to get all my friends and all the fans and all these people that loved our family so much. I wanted to make sure I could carry them and get them through it. And then I realized, well, wait, I haven't taken a moment to also heal myself. And so it's like, I'm learning that what he experienced, I want to be an example of it.
Okay, this is called word salad. This is what word salad sounds like. You're not saying anything. I mean, I'm hearing you talk, but you're not saying anything. Like, I don't understand. Maybe if I would have created a safe space for him to talk. What have you been doing for the last decade, man, with this man? What have you been doing? The man don't feel safe enough to talk to you about anything
now and show other people they can do it. I had dealt with an ex that had addiction problems, and then I realized Steven had addiction problems, and it's something that I kind of have been like, where was I involved in this? And
why she rush it though? Why she rush that? Why she rush about Steven though?
I had dealt with an ex that had addiction problems, and then I realized Steven had addiction problems, and
I did have an ex that had addiction problems, and I realized Steven had addiction problems, and then you want to just run through that. You want to just run through that. You want to just run through that. Just listen, she got the crazy eyes. This woman got the crazy eyes, man. They're there. They are there. Them boys right here are not good. These are not good. These are not good right here. Some going on behind these.
It's something that I kind of have been like, where was I involved in this? And I had to take some steps for myself to realize, like, I was able to help one, and I wish I could have been that for the other. But it's also not my job to do that. There was a moment I was with one of my really dear friends, and we were cleaning out the closet and picking out an outfit for him for the funeral. And it was a really triggering moment for me because there was a lot of things I discovered in our closet that I did not know existed. And it was very alarming to me to learn that there was so much happening that I had no clue. So it was a really scary moment in my life to
Ooh, she is such, something is not right, man.
Not know existed. And it was
look at the way she looked.
Very alarming to me to learn that there was so much happening that I had no clue. So it was a really scary moment in my life to figure that out. But it also helped me process that he was going through so much and he was hiding so much, and there must have been a lot of shame in that. And he was wrestling with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone, because he loved everyone so much. He didn't want other people to take on his pain. But it was very—
hold on, y'all. Facts. This is facts right here. His sister said he only smoked weed. Not although weed is a drug, but ma'am, weed don't make you get up out the house, walk to a motel. Weed does not make you get up out the house, walk to a motel, stay there for about a day, and then before you check out the motel, you end yourself or self-delete because you're high off weed. Weed make you hungry. we can make you sleepy. We can make you think you're smarter than you are. You get a lot of ideas when you got weed. It's a psychedelic. It's a high. What is going on, man? This lady said she found a bunch of stuff. She's not naming what drug it is or what it is that she found in the closet. She's calling him an addict without relating it to any type of drug. Dude, you miss me with this bull job, yo. Miss me with this bull job, dog. What? Addicted to what? His sister did say he smoked weed. I don't even think he drank alcohol at all, according to his family. Oh, she rehearsed the story like, well, she had 2 years. She had 2 years to rehearse this. But nothing was found in his system in the autopsy report. Will y'all like, share, subscribe to this channel, please? Will you let somebody know that your boy on right now? Because we are cracking the case, okay? When I first heard of this whole thing, when this first report came out, everything came out, I was like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something doesn't make sense. I said this when this happened. Okay? Something ain't right. You didn't find anything in this man's system, not a drug or alcohol, no drop of it. Listen, Red Bunny said, no, I think she caused him to end his life, not the weed. I think she bitched at him about weed because her ex was an addict. She just irks me. Listen, she said she was with an addict before. So obviously you got some type of educational background on addicts because you've been with them. Did he really have signs of addiction to what? You said a bunch of nothing. Let's see if she mentioned. I didn't see the whole interview. But let's see if she mentions at least a drug. Okay, I mean, give me something. Give me Advil, Tylenol, something.
through so much, and he was hiding so much, and there must have been a lot of shame in that. And he was wrestling with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone, because he loved everyone so much. He didn't want other people to take on his pain.
She's lying. Oh my God, the way her crazy eyes went to the right side of. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna keep playing.
But it was very alarming and scary to find those things and have never known. I have been trying to release all this anger this whole time, and I thought for a moment I thought if you would have asked me 6 months ago, I thought I'd released all the anger out towards Steven. And I'm now learning.
What did I say? Man, will y'all I can't wait for the channel to blow up. What did I say? Didn't I say she had the angry, manipulative eyes? What you angry at this man for? You're not saying nothing about that either. You angry about him self-deleting? Yo, what's really going on here? What you angry for? What kind of anger are you actually holding? Did he seem like a selfish person when he was alive? And what's up with the towel around his shoulder situation?
But it was very alarming and scary to find those things and have never known. I have been trying to release all this anger this whole time. And I thought for a moment,
What a way to do it.
I thought if you would have asked me 6 months ago, I thought I'd release all the anger out towards Steven. And I'm now learning that you're always going to have triggers. There's always going to be a moment when I get really sad or really angry or have a new thing I find out and get really confused, or like I said, like an aha moment of like, oh, how did I not know that before? And then I realized that's all a part of healing. And it's about creating tools that are healthy enough for you to get through those triggers. And that's where I'm at now, is I'm trying to make sure, even if I hit a low, if I hit something really hard, I just can channel it and realize it and fix it. One of my really good friends.
Fix what? Fix what? Ladies, one thing I know about y'all, if something actually happened to y'all for real, you're going to give us details. You're going to give us details. You're going to give us stuff we didn't even ask for. That's how much detail you're going to give us. This lady ain't saying nothing.
She was over at my home right after everything had happened with Steven, and she told me I should document everything. And I was like, why would I document everything? She goes, it's going to be important for you to share your story one day. And so from that moment on, I just randomly would like jot notes in my phone, or even though I'd be crying and I'd be so sad, but I was like, this might be important one day, or even to share it with my kids one day, the experience that we went through, because my youngers, they might not remember certain details and things. So I started jotting things down, but it is interesting when you're on this healing journey, and the journey that I've been on is things were being discovered, or new things, or I was having new aha moments. So I would be writing this book and then have to be like, wait, go back, this is different for me now. Or I just realized this for the first time. And it was kind of like therapy for me. And I looked at myself all the time in the mirror. I was like, wow, like, I'm feeling better, but then things are also getting harder with it. So it was just a constant battle with myself. But at the end of the day, I'm really proud that
You know what? This is she's giving me Amber Heard vibes, dog. She's giving me Amber Heard vibes, dog. Yo, she is giving me Amber Heard vibes. I'm telling you, dog. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you right now, the vibes that I'm getting off this woman is all Amber Heard right now.
I did it, and I'm really proud of what work has been put out. And I hope one day that my kids can look at it, my friends and family can look at it. I really want to come out with this book because I've had so much support around me for years, around me, around my family, and so many people feel like they know who I am, and they look to us and they lean on us. And I've always loved that our family is like kind of this example of love and joy and light, and that is true. And we want to continue to be that, and we really do feel that in our home and with each other, and with our friends. But I did think it was important for me to share my full story with the audience, to share that there.
Hold on, man. Tracy talks. I hope she sells 7 books. Hey, you petty, man.
Or having a lot of low times, or I've had to deal with things that have helped me to become the person I am. And I'm still going through things, and they've been really big, dramatic things, and things I've had to really push myself forward with. And I wanted to share that with them, to see that, like, yes, I want to be that beacon of love and joy, but it's taken a lot of hard work, and I've gone through a lot of trials, and I've had a lot of, trauma and grief in my life. And it's been a choice to get myself through it. But I've also recently learned I can't do it alone. I have to get help from other people. And so I hope that this book can be a beacon of hope for people to see that if you're having a low day, lean on someone, and you can get that help to get better. Have that hard conversation, have that look at your friend's eyes and be honest with them about what you're going through, how you're feeling, and let them carry you for a second. And that's something I'm still learning, but I hope that the book can show you that if you take one step forward and just get to the next day, you're going to be okay.
Yo, dog. Hey. How much I want to bet? How much I want to bet that the new boo put her up to this too? How much I want to bet that the new boo was like, babe, you've been through so much stuff. The way you handle yourself with the kids, like you could be an inspiration. I mean, babe, you could be an inspiration, babe. Look at you. You're strong. You're doing it on your own. You're able to accomplish things. You're successful. Man, there's a lot of pillow talk getting her to do this craziness. This is the interview that gave people the outrage, that gave the family outrage first, and gave every Twitch fan outrage, man. This is crazy, crazy work.
With our lives being as public as they have been, I had to share the honesty and the truth with my children far too soon, of what happened, what we were going to have to battle together, and the hard work that's going to go into us getting on the other side. I've had to have those hard conversations with them already. But I thought it was important because I can't let them be finding out things from unsafe environments. They have to find it out from somewhere they feel safe, which is with me, with this home, with our friends, with our family, with the right team around us. And it's been really beneficial. I wish I didn't have to have those conversations with them. I don't wish it on anyone, which is why this book is important. Is I don't want other people to have to go through what we went through. I don't wish that on anyone. And the conversation.
What you go through? You went through the struggles of trying to get a man's estate. The man, you were struggling. What was the struggle? Outside of losing him, outside of the obvious of losing him, what was or is a struggle for you right now? And you got a whole new dude. You went to Disneyland together. Look at this. You saw Mickey. You saw Mickey. Okay. Dude, come on now. All of this just looks, it just doesn't look right. None of this looks right. Of course, we're on the outside looking in and blah, 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 blah. But hey, we all have our own opinions and humble observations, so we're good. This is a conversation piece. This is the craziest thing I've ever. This lady is already got this guy around the kids. He already been, or has he been around the kids already while tWitch was alive? Or did he find some information? Cause see, a man leaving his home to go to a hotel or a motel, I need to know if an argument happened before that. I need to know if an argument happened before that, because let me tell you something. A man leaving the crib and going to a hotel after he had a conversation with his wife, it had to be an argument. He got away from her. He didn't want to come back to the crib. What happened? The man leaving. He can't stand her. So what did he do? What did she do? What did she do? And what was said and what happened prior to him leaving? You're just reporting that he's been missing. No, he walked away. He left. It's unlike him. Do you see that article that we read earlier? That, it's so unlike him to just walk away and leave his car. Oh, it's unlike him because he was probably hot at you. He was probably upset with you. He probably found out that you've been doing some things you ain't had no business doing. See, this is why you just should be quiet. Just be quiet. Listen, this is why you should just be quiet. Don't talk about your personal stuff on the internet in a book. You ain't gonna be able to explain it. You're not gonna be able to get it over on us. Whatever you went through in your life that has the potential to make you look like a villain, you should just shut up, deal with the L, take the L that you had to take, and let it go. I think it's a bunch of stuff. She probably belittled him. I'm thinking it's a bunch of stuff, but for him to leave without his car, to walk off, to take his clothes with him, to walk away. Come on now. Yeah, it's unlike him to do that. You probably pissed him off, and he probably found out that you've been doing something with this dude. This don't look like the picture of a woman who just met a dude after her husband died. This is not the picture of a woman who met a guy within 2 years of her husband doing something so traumatic that you met this guy and then all of a sudden he just healed every wound, and then now you in a relationship and he around the kids. This is not that. Okay? Miss me with it. Miss me with it. That is not a photo of a woman who just met a guy after her husband died. You are a widow, ma'am. You are a widow. Instead of you writing a book and saying the proceeds of this book is about Twitch and how great of a husband and man he was, and I just want to write something from my heart and I want to give it to the foundation that we started in his name. Instead of you doing something like that, you want to write a book about how you had to heal from some stuff that he was going through that you didn't know about because you just had to know. You didn't know about this stuff. And now you want to talk about how traumatic you feel and how triggered you feel that you just found out that the man smoked a lot of weed. Just stop it. Just stop it. Man, just walk away from his crib on foot, knowing that he got a car for no reason. Don't no man just do that. And he a husband with kids at the crib. And he got a 3-year-old. He just walk off. Ain't no husband doing that unless he is upset. Something had to happen to him for him to do that. It's not a common thing for men to file for divorces. It's not a common thing for men to just walk away. Walk away with a kid, with his kids. And he does, based on what his family is saying, he doesn't even have the reputation of doing that. Look like this. The deck is stacked against you, man. 1,000%. She is word salad. She is probably been verbally abusing man. She done probably did a whole bunch of stuff. Listen, it wouldn't surprise me if he knew or found out that this woman was cheating on him with this man that's in this picture. It wouldn't surprise me.
Conversations I had with my children, it was far too soon in their life to expose them to those things. But all I can wish and hope is that they find the light in themselves to keep moving forward, and
you still got
they don't ever have to be an example to other people, but just for themselves be okay. My youngest, Zaya, she's now 5. I'm gonna have to probably have all these conversations with her when she gets older, but hopefully her brother and sister, now that they are dealing with it actively, can help be a support system to her. So it's gonna take all of us to get through this, and I want them to be the strongest versions of themselves that they can be. I want my kids to remember that they are their own individual self, and that this moment in their life does not define who they are. It is not their forever. It is a part of the story that builds their character. And as long as they remember that, they get to choose what side they sit on. And if they ask for the right people to help them, if they ask for the right support, they can get through this. And then they'll be on the other side. There's been a lot of questions about why I don't post about Stephen. And the truth is, it hurts me to sometimes look back and see pictures. It's very tricky.
Oh, look at the eyes, dog. She is... Really? You don't post pictures of him because it hurts you. No, you don't post pictures of him because your new man will get upset with you. And he will get upset with you because you doing this. Because you haven't gotten over that black yet. You feel me? Listen to me, man. This chick right here is not fooling anybody. I'm sorry. Now I know. See, I'm a very objective person. Y'all know me. The Biz Nation. The Biz Nation know me, all right? You know, the ones that come in and out, you know, they not that familiar. Biz Nation know me. Y'all know that I do the best I can to be as objective as possible. But this chick right here, no. You are giving me every reason not to believe anything that you're saying. You don't post pictures of him because you know that this new dude you with, I don't know his name. I can't remember his name. But you know this new dude you with ain't gonna have it. He ain't gonna have it. Oh no, he ain't gonna have it. No, he ain't gonna have it. Unbelievable. Let's go.
Triggering. It was such a beautiful time, but then the stories have kind of turned and changed. And there is some sadness I have for my children. And it's also really important in my healing journey that people start to see me as me without him. And it's really important for people to see my children as individuals without him, because that is the reality now. And it's not that we can't ever honor him, but we don't have to honor him in front of everyone. Because every time
What?
would step out in public. It was beautiful that people would come up to me and feel so connected to me because they've been following our family's journey for so long. But we would get approached with tears and sadness and people trying to hug us and trying to share their stories, which I would try to take on with, so I would like, give it to me, I can take it. But then I realized the longer people still see us with him, the longer that carries. That emotion, that triggering emotion, because people don't realize that like it's triggering for us, but also can be triggering for a different fan or a different family member or a different loved one. And I need people to see us as new individuals and who we are now in our lives moving forward. And to be honest, I did see the change. The moment my family and I stepped forward and started posting ourselves by ourselves in a new energy and stepping forward, and my kids going back to sports, my kids going back to school, me getting back to work, it has helped change the lightness around us. And it's given us a little bit more freedom to move forward ourselves too, and not have to wear ourselves down with that energy. I decided to take my ring off.
Yo, okay, we about to get to the ring part. Listen to me. Listen to me. Green eggs, no ham. Green eggs, no ham. Oh, yes, she sounds so ridiculous right now. I have no idea. What is wrong with this chick, man? Something is wrong with her. This is not there. This is not there. This is not healing. See, this is the reason why it's levels to this therapy thing, y'all. Some people do need it for real, but it's levels to this. This is not good. This is not good. You are trying to totally dismiss the fact that this man even was in your life. That's basically the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is that's evil, by the way. And that's evil. The ultimate goal is for you to dismiss the present, to disassociate yourself with Twitch, because that's the only reason why we know you in the first place. If I would have told you, do you remember a dancer on a show called So You Think You Could Dance umpteen years ago named Allison Holker? Only a dance fan, which is a very small community, would be like, yeah, Allison Holker was beast. She was blah, 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 whatever she was, right? And I'm like, if you ask the everyday person, do you know who Twitch is from Ellen DeGeneres? Yeah, you mean the black dude with the hat, with the fedora that be dancing and doing this? Like, yeah, he cool. We only know you because of him. Now you're trying to disassociate yourself with a man that was your husband for over 9 years, that you knew for over a decade. Why? You're telling us you're doing this to protect your kids because people were coming up to your kids in tears? Stop playing with me. Don't try to pull my heartstrings like that, dog. There is nowhere in the world that's the case. There is nowhere in the world that's the case. You're trying to disassociate yourself with it because you are with a man of your own community. I'm gonna just say it that way, because whether we have to mention that because that's a reality. Because you want to talk about reality, okay, that's a reality too. You want to because he ain't gonna stand for it. I'm in your life now, not Twitch, not him, me. This man is around her family already everything. Like this is like trying to get a 10-year-old girl to babysit a 2-year-old. Like that girl she needs to get a babysitter for her. She 10. Come on, man. This is crazy.
For ourselves too, and not have to wear ourselves down with that energy. I decided to take my ring off a couple months after because I always turn my rings, and I always like.
A couple of months after he passed. Hold on. I got this on 1.25.
More freedom to move forward ourselves too, and not have to wear ourselves down with that energy. I decided to take my ring off a couple months after because I always turn my rings. And I always like twist them and play with them, and not even out of nerves. It's just kind of like I just constantly am turning my rings and like playing with my jewelry. And I would find myself doing it with my ring. It would immediately, even on a good day, I'd be turning my ring, and it would immediately bring me back to like a memory or our wedding day or a memory with our children. And so I had to take it off so I didn't trigger myself constantly.
Trigger yourself with what? That's not a trigger. What she is misdiagnosing, she's misplacing, she is misinterpreting what triggers are. It's word salad. Thank you, Red Bunny. It's word salad. It's word salad. Chill said cap, dog. Cap, girl, bye. Listen, this is so egregious, dog. You're twirling your ring. You twirling your ring and and you get triggered by a memory of your, as your example, wedding day or something else. It would trigger you, so you decided to take it off so you won't have to have that energy anymore. This is crazy talk, okay? You don't want the energy. Oh my God. And it's a couple of months. A couple of months. Something ain't right, dog. Something ain't right. And I had a conversation before about this, and I said they need to do another investigation on this dude's autopsy. Because I do not believe that the wound that he had was self-inflicted. I don't believe it. I have not seen a report on him owning a gun. I have not seen a report of his fingerprints on a gun. I did not see where they found a gun anywhere and what the name or the likeness of that gun was, the make model of it. I have not, unless somebody can give me some information right now. I have not seen anything in an article, in an interview, or anything where he had a gun with him when he was found by the housekeepers. I haven't seen it. Have anyone in the chat seen it? Has anyone in the chat seen an article, a memoir, anything where he had fingerprints on a gun that he used to self-delete or to unalive himself? Have anyone seen it? You understand what I'm saying? Like, dude, I have not seen anything like that because there's something missing. See, this is why you got to put on your thinking. You talked about the autopsy, no drugs, no alcohol, no nothing, no gun. The police did not say that they found a gun not one time. You went to the police to file a missing report. The missing report wasn't even mentioned or no copy of it or anything. And he wasn't missing for too long, because right after that, all of a sudden he was found. Let's continue.
I moved about a year ago. I feel like what I was able to do was let go of some of my darkness and find the light again. And it's not that darkness is something that you can avoid. You're gonna have highs and lows in your life. And it just felt like I was starting to feel so heavy and carrying all these emotions and memories in my last home that were at a time really, really beautiful, but it started to take a turn that I knew that we
What kind of emotion? Never mind. I'm just gonna let it play. I'm sorry.
needed lighter energy around us, new memories, a new start, new furniture that wasn't holding on to all these old feelings and emotions. And so when we got here, everyone felt like they could take a fresh breath for the first time in a really long time. I know it sounds really aggressive, but it kind of felt like for a while we were drowning in our emotions, which you do need to go through that. If I've learned anything through therapy, it's important to feel all those feels. But this home gave us a chance to like get ourselves out. It was a range of emotions because you know, we were having to make decisions of even letting go of some pieces of furniture or pictures or clothing and items that maybe had memories tied to them that were so wonderful. And you're having to make all these really hard decisions. But every time I let go of something that I didn't feel was necessary to carry into my next chapter of my new life, I felt like I was releasing an energy with it every single time. And I think my kids did the same thing. We purged ourselves of these emotions, but it also gave us a chance to remember them. And so we could laugh with things, we could cry with things, we would have discussions and talk about it as a family. But it was a really big moment for our family to come together and decide together that we were going to move forward.
Oh, there you go.
I thought it was going to be very, very hard for me to accept love from someone. I thought it was going to be so difficult because I was like, am I betraying Steven by doing that? And then
you was betraying him when he was. Would she just say that she cheated on the man? I mean, tell me you was cheating without telling me you was cheating. Okay. You let Jason Statham come out of nowhere. Okay. I am the transporter. The transporter came out of nowhere and just swooped you off your feet. Hey, man. Hi, I'm the transporter. I love you, the transporter. You let Jason Statham come out of nowhere, and just swoop you off your feet after the fact. All this afterwards. Let me tell you something, Allison. Okay, let me tell you something, Allison. People who have regular breakups, not long marriages that then go through divorce or whatever. I'm talking about people who have a regular relationship that's like 2 years. You just dating this person, now you got exclusive for 2 years and y'all break up. It takes a person about 1.5 years to get back to their normal self from that person. like seriously. Think about it. When you had a long relationship, I was in a relationship for like 3 years with this guy or this girl or whatever. Boom, y'all break up, and your next relationship probably ain't gonna be unless you're a serial relationship person, unless you're like a serial dater or whatever, where you have no regard for common sense. Then you're gonna be in another relationship a month after. But, and this might be her. However, most people, when they go through a breakup, even when they dating somebody and talking to them on the phone, they gonna mention the person. I just broke up with somebody, like we was together for like 2 years. If you tell a man that you just met that you was in a marriage and this whole thing happened, and you met him 6 months after this happened, that man is gonna be like, okay, I can't talk to her. You're still grieving. It's people who have been divorced who grieve their marriage for at least 1/3 of the time that they were with someone. If you were with someone for 10 years, it's going to take approximately about 2 years, 2 good years, maybe 3, for you to really get yourself together from all facets, because you planned on building a forever life with someone else. This ain't no, okay, this is over with now, let me just move on to the next thing. You got children to think about too on top of this. It takes about 1/3 to half. Thank you. Rule of thumb, it takes a half of the time. Normally it's 1/3 to a half. That's the range. So even if you're in your range where you're close to the half mark, that's normal. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take you a long time. Now, even in between that time, you're going to probably date, talk to somebody, whatever the case may be. But we're talking about giving your heart away to somebody. You ain't going to do that again. And men, we really go through some stuff when we go through some divorce or breakup. Because it really depends on the situation. Anytime you think about breakups, you think about this is another narrative that needs to change. You think because a breakup happened that only the woman is affected. No. No, men are affected too, but you know why people don't know that? Because they don't care. They don't care about what a man do, about him having feelings about it too. They gonna ask him, so what you do? The man automatically did something wrong. It takes a man going through something like this in order for us to realize that his wife was trash. This is basically what we're getting to today. His wife is trash. Widow. Trash. And she is trying to disassociate herself with someone that she said was a light in every room. And I don't want my kids to be associated with that either, because it brings back memories of feelings and how, man, you're going to resent. You're going to resent. They're going to resent you if you ain't careful. Okay.
I did find love, and I feel happier than ever. I really do, and I'm really grateful that I made that choice.
She says she feel happier than ever. Okay, I'm gonna let this play out.
I was like, am I betraying Steven by doing that? And then I did find love, and I feel happier than ever. I really do, and I'm really grateful that I made that choice to open myself up to it, because it's been the best decision I've made in a really, really, really long time. My love and partnership has a completely different energy and a completely different feel now. It feels like a love that's been lived with before. It feels like this is just our third time.
Listen to what she's saying. Oh my God. Listen to what she's saying. She giving you context clues. She letting you know that she was already with this dude. Listen to her. Listen to what she's saying.
In a really, really, really long time. My love and partnership has a completely different energy and a completely different feel now. It feels like a love that's been lived with before. It feels like
It feels like a love that's been lived with before. What is that telling you? Listen to the hints. See, these are red flags. Red flags, people. Listen to this lady. It feels like a love that's been lived before, because you was living it while you was alive with your husband. This woman know him. She didn't just meet this dude after Twitch unalived himself. She knew this dude before that. I got on my Pink Panther. I got on my Detective Pink Panther hat on today. We cracking the case. What up, though, KP? What up, though, KP? But everybody put KP in the chat real quick. This is my homie KP, man. What up, though? And everybody hit the notification bell on your subscription too, because I've noticed that people are not getting my notifications and letting you know when I go live. Excuse me, when I have a video uploaded, because I uploaded a video Wednesday too as well. But you may need to go off of it and then go back on it. Again, I got to get back into the algorithm and all that kind of stuff, so it's all good. But yeah, this chick know this dude. He ain't no new cat that she met at a cafe about a year after Twitch had left us. And then I found love. Save it, man. Save it. Save it. There needs to be an investigation. I kept saying this before. There needs to be an investigation on this whole thing. Oh, we're going to get into what the family said too. Don't worry. We got this.
This is just our third time loving each other. It feels like it's my forever. It feels like it's my future and my support system. And I have such a calmness about this love. I have such a freedom in it, and I feel so safe and secure. And it's brought out a different side of me that I've never lived from.
She
I feel like I
overselling it.
lean in more to my feminine side, and I feel so much more alive.
Oh, listen to what she's saying. She can lean more over to her feminine side. You mean the side where you have to shut up? You mean that side where you can't nag no more? What? You leaning towards your? Why you couldn't do that with? You ain't said that about Twitch. So why all of a sudden you can have this new relationship, and all of a sudden you feel like it's your forever, and you can be your femininity. Now you can walk in your femininity. You could walk in your femininity with a man who was extroverted, the life of the light in every room, a loving husband, father. Like, yo, now all of a sudden, you don't You can now walk and rest in your feminine. Because when you feel like you had to do everything in the relationship, you felt like you were in your masculine. I had to pick the movie. I had to pick what we ate. I had to make sure that we had to do this. I took the lead on that. It's the same song, different singer, dog.
And I have such a calmness about this love. I have such a freedom in it, and I feel so safe and secure. And it's brought out a different side of me that I've never lived from. I feel like I lean in more to my feminine side, and I feel so much more alive, and I feel so loved. And so I'm so grateful that I very hesitantly allowed that to come into my life, because Adam is wonderful. I'm excited for my kids, their futures, and seeing them shine. I can see them laughing again. I see them opening themselves up and trying to figure out their futures and finding hobbies that they love to do. I'm excited about this love that I have now in my life and moving forward with that. I'm also excited that me and Wesley are going to be having a podcast coming out that we're starting right now. So there's some.
Look at this. Look at this. There you go. Calmness, safe, freedom. She full of it. Yeah, listen, but check this out, though. Check this out, though. I had enough of this chick. Check this out. In her explanation of this love that she has with this dude, in the explanation of it, she's telling you all the things, all the opposite things that she is. So she's not normally calm. She doesn't normally feel safe. She's normally not in her feminine. So she's telling you the opposite of how she normally is. So now all of a sudden, due to what has happened, this newfound love has made her more feminine, more soft, because normally she's not. All you gotta do is listen to a person, man. All you gotta do is listen to a person. They'll tell you everything. Just listen. And see, she lives in the word salad industry. So people that normally have the word salad thing, they're normally either, like, as they're talking, they're fishing for stuff while they're hiding. Where they're hiding things while they're talking, and then on top of that, they know the truth about the situation, so they try to be careful with their words. Okay. But at the same time, they give you something that's around what you're asking or around what you're referring to. You see what I'm saying? And so this chick is like, there's a calmness that I have. Okay, so you're not normally calm. See, you can give us the Instagram pictures and all that kind of stuff all you want. I don't care. I don't care about that junk. Something is wrong with you. Let's take a look. Yes, the word salad industry. Yeah, man. Let's take a look at something, though. Now, after this interview took place, there was a loud cry of like, what? And and no, that ain't it. And this is crazy. And she lying. And it was a bunch of that going on. And she addressed people on IG as to why she's writing this book or wrote this book or whatever the case may be, right? Oh boy. Look at this. Now, this was on her IG, right? And shout out to the Shade Room for clipping this. But this is on her IG. It says, to fans of Steven and our family and friends, I want to be clear that my only intention in writing the book is to share my own story as well as part of my life with Steven to help other people. Just like you, I never really knew what happened. And even as I am trying to put the pieces together, I will never really know. If you decide to read the book, hopefully you'll see my intention is to celebrate the love and life I share with Stephen and our 3 beautiful children, and also the more complex aspects of both of our lives. I hope that by sharing our full story, maybe I can help someone else who might see themselves or a loved one in Stephen. So you can put it all on him. In sharing, I hope that maybe they can catch some of the red flags that I missed before it's too late. Over the course of the last 2 years, I've spoken in detail with NAMI, as well as the Solomon family and the Defensive Line Foundation, to better educate myself on mental health issues so that I can share warning signs with others. Again, never telling us what mental health issue the man had. You're not telling us anything. All of my proceeds from this book are going to fund the Mental Health Focus Foundation I started in Stephen's honor, Move with Kindness. That's BS. My hope is that we don't need to lose another husband, brother, father, or friend to unaliving themselves. I believe that if Stephen were able to choose, he would choose to have his story told if it meant saving even one life. Much love to all those who have supported our family these many years. Somebody on IG replied, look. Now all of a sudden, this is the thing. You know she BSing you because you didn't mention that foundation not one time in that interview. You didn't mention that foundation not one time in that interview. Now all of a sudden, after the interview come out, and everyone is saying that you are such a selfish and just a money hungry MF. Now all of a sudden you're like, you know what? The proceeds of this book is going to go to Move with Kindness. It's baloney. It's baloney. We done found you out, man. Somebody on IG said this whole thing, shout out to Energize You on IG. This whole thing made me sad. He's gone. Why tear apart his name? I was fully supportive about you moving on and being happy, but this paycheck was not worth disgracing his name. It's not worth disgracing his name. What did his cousin say? See, we got evidence. What did the cousin say? Drop myself real quick. Big L right here, who WTH Dario, that's his cousin. Okay. She said, after this story came out, she said, this crazy woman made me and his actual family, including his mother, by the way, sign an NDA just to even attend the funeral. She's been trying to tarnish his legacy and refuses to let the boss family see the children, only to exploit and lie on my cousin. Hell no. Look at that fan said this. This Twitch story don't sound like a unaliving to me, a self-unaliving to me. That's what they said. Here go another fan. Why is Twitch's widowed wife, Allison Holker, lying to media outlets that he was a drug addict when there were no drugs or alcohol found in his system when he passed? Then she makes his family sign an NDA to attend the funeral. She needs to be looked into. Something is off. Something is off. That's what I've been saying. And this is L, by the way. L, and this is Twitch's cousin. Something is off. Something ain't making sense. Something is not making sense. Shout out again to Didi. Earlier, dropped 10 memberships. I said I was going to say it again. Please put Didi in the chat because I see some more green gang in the chat. All right. I see some more green gang. Weed ain't a drug. It was. Hello. Listen to me. You cannot get addicted to. It's like weed and tobacco dwell in the same place. I know because I smoke cigars. I'm not addicted to cigars. I'm not addicted to cigars. I just recently bought some. Ain't smoked one yet. Came in on Tuesday. Today is Friday. I ain't smoked a cigar all week. As a matter of fact, I'm tripping. Trying to figure out what's going on right now. Snowing outside. Maybe after the snow come down, I might get me one in. But what I'm saying to you is that products like that doesn't have an addictive chemical in it. Now you can abuse it. See, here we go. That's not addiction. That's abuse. These are different things. These are different things. You can abuse something. Abuse means abnormal use. You can abnormally use something. But if you don't understand the context in which of why it was here in the first place on earth, then you are using it in vain. You are using it as an enjoyment or an abusive tactic, is in an abusive way. This is not that. Nothing about him was anything like that. They didn't find no drugs or no hard drugs is what they should have said. No hard drugs, alcohol in the system at all. He did say he smoked weed. Sister said he smoked weed. And like I said earlier, weed is not going to make you get up out your house, walk away from your wife, walk to the motel, a motel. You twitch, dog. He like, okay, I'm going to go to a motel and chill out. Now, he probably went there to chill back, relax, or whatever. Something's off. Something is off, like this person said. Something is off. Even Twitch brother had something to say. Let's take a look at this real quick. Shout out to J Ball from X at J Ball 746330. It says, I'm writing this letter with a heavy heart, reflecting on the recent events following my brother's tragic departure. I deeply wish to address a matter of concern that has considerably added to our shared grief. Over the past months, we have observed a series of actions and attitudes that, in our perspective, do not foster an environment conducive to healing and unity. This refers to the treatment of our beloved mother and family, which has caused us great distress. Notably, it seems to stem from the fact that the family did not agree with the original terms of the NDA you presented the family to sign. It's deeply concerning to notice how my deceased brother's children have been drawn into the complexities of adult disputes, effectively being weaponized in this process, or in the process. We have noticed a disturbing lack of communication and inclusion concerning the children's activities and well-being. It's disheartening that their interactions with their grandmother and the wider family have been noticeably limited. Our sincere intention is to nurture a loving environment for them in this challenging time. It's crucial to remember that they too are grieving and need a safe, neutral space to process their loss. This is what the brother said. Secondly, our efforts to resolve misunderstandings and foster a cordial relationship have been met with silence. The unwillingness to acknowledge our concerns, let alone address them, has created an unsettling atmosphere of estrangement. This adds to the psychological burden we're all carrying right now. We have sensed an overall lack of respect and consideration towards our mother, who is also grappling with the loss of her son. Her deep sorrow is only amplified when she is alienated from family matters that she has every right to be involved in. If you truly value our family's bonds, you would understand the profound impact on his grandparents who are grieving in the loss of their first grandchild. Withholding their access to cherished memories during their later years is deeply unfair. Our appeal is not intended to point blame, but to foster a harmonious environment where our family can mourn and eventually heal together. It is my hope we can move past this phase and work together in honoring my brother's memory. Our actions should reflect the values he held dear: love, respect, and unity. That's what the brother said. Eloquently put, brother. Eloquently put. How are you withholding the grandchildren? Come on now. And signing a NDA at a funeral. It's criminal. Absolutely criminal. But now let's look at what moms say. And this is a statement. This is a statement from mom. This is not a full interview type thing, nothing like that. Although I suspect something might happen. But here is a statement. Here it is right here. TSR updates. This is the Shade Room. Once again, appreciate the clipping. It says here from Mama Boss. We call her Mama Boss. It says here, our family is absolutely appalled by the misleading and hurtful claims made about my son, Stephen Boss. The recent publications spreading untruths about Stephen have crossed every line of decency. As his mother, I will not let the accusations go unanswered. We will not stand by while his name and legacy are tarnished. He doesn't deserve this, and the kids don't deserve this. For the last 2 years, I have remained quiet and away from the public eye to protect my family. My primary focus has been on healing and attempting to remain connected to my grandchildren. But when I read these dreadful claims about my baby, our beloved Stephen, I realized I could not stay silent any longer. Our family will ensure his name and memory are protected, and we are committed to defending his honor. Connie Boss Alexander. All right. That's what mama say. Unbelievable. So you had this woman's grandchildren's, you're using them as weapons against the rest of the family. Why? What was going on at the time? Listen, I'm pretty sure the family probably didn't like her. It seems like that. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure that something else was going on where, like you said right here, mama knows. She knew someone wasn't right. The family knew someone right. And I'm telling you right now, this is an egregious, this is totally egregious. And I'm telling you, you can literally do something egregious like this in this and just write a book and make all kind of claims about it. You in an interview saying absolutely nothing. You're in an interview saying absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So look, we got a little bit more time. If you want to, I'll place the link in the chat. If you want to come up and talk about this with me, you have I would love for you to do that. We can just have a conversation about this. And I would like to know your thoughts on this. If you want to come up and talk about this, case, well, it's not a case, but I was talking about the last thing I talked about was the Letcher County case, which is we'll talk about that more. But if you want to talk about this situation right here, please cam up, and you have to have no noise in the background. Please be where we can see you in the light and things of that nature. then we can go ahead and have a conversation about this. I have no problem with you all coming up and just talking to your boy. Actually, I prefer it. I enjoy other people's perspectives and observations on things, and let me know if I'm off on something. Like, am I not being empathetic or something? I don't know, but I'm telling you right now, nothing about this makes me want to be empathetic. Nothing about this makes me feel hurt. Again, she is giving off those Amber Heard vibes, man. That Amber Heard vibe where, you know, she had that cocaine in her handkerchief, and she, you know what I'm saying, did a little something right now. Melissa, what up though? She said I ain't behind, but she's so full of ish. She's full of ish. Yes, definitely. Most definitely. Here it is, Twitch. Again, no hard drugs in the system, no alcohol in the system. There's no gun. There is no, I'm trying to figure out, and maybe somebody knows something that I don't know, but there is absolutely no report that I have came across from the time this situation actually happened on December 13th, 2022 until now. I have not seen not one time where it's reported that he had a gun in his hand when they found him. Look, Melissa came in high, like, why call the police because he went for a walk? Maybe it will be explained, but I already don't trust her for sure. Again, if you want to come up, I placed the link in the chat. Look for my chat in there. If you want to come up, I'll bring you up and we can have a discussion about this. Once again, this is definitely a very, very crazy turn of events. Now, here it is. Now she's, again, this is what you can do. Jada Pinkett, she gave us the blueprint. You can be diabolical towards your husband and get a book deal. Okay, she laid the blueprint out. All right, she laid the blueprint out. She said, look here, all you got to do is talk about you being healed. You can talk about your healing journey. Okay, you can talk about all that. You know what I'm saying? Talk about your healing journey. Talk about what you've learned and the mistakes you've made. You can talk about all that. Because I'm telling you right now, that's all you got to do. Shed a couple tears, and we're gonna forget all about your diabolicalness. All right. KP said, "Yeah, I need to go back to the OG story because where was the firearm? We read the story in the beginning to do a recap. We read the story in the beginning. There was no firearm in the story. The police came to the scene of the crime, but they didn't have a gun. To say he was holding a gun." And then I would like to talk to forensics, because forensics would give us more detail, and because they also take pictures of the crime. They take pictures. Okay, is there a picture of him when he was unalive where you see a gun in his hand? But they did mention something about a white towel wrapped around his shoulders. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. I'm not getting it. Tracy Talk said, I think he was battling between wife versus family and friends. Oh, how you have a NDA for a funeral weeks later if you were up to something? There's so much more to the story. Tracy Talks. He was probably, that's another good point. He was probably battling between wife, family, and friends, and she was probably giving him raising hell You know what I'm saying? Raising hell about his family. Raising hell about what she wants over what he wants, over what his family wants. That's another good thing that they could have been all right. That could have happened. Or he could have found out that she was cheating on him with Brad Barbecue Pitt. This dude right here. Yeah, Brad Barbecue Pitt. Probably found out something about that too. And he threw that up in the face. She's like, we're just friends. We're just friends. Sure. Yeah. Yo, this is very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. All right. I guess nobody wants to come up and talk about this, which is cool. But I wanted to bring this out. I almost have a mind to keep up with this book that's coming out. I want to see what the title is going to be and all that kind of stuff. I'm telling you this, what she's done. This is why we got to be careful. What she has done is she has raised more questions than answers. The book is called This Far. Hold on. Let me. Allison Holker. Let me see. I want to see the cover of it. Allison Holker book. This Far. Hold on. Let's see something. You said 7 books sold. Ain't nobody buy that book. Okay, this is the book, y'all. This is the way the book look right here. This is the cover right here. Hold on. Let me share my screen again. Look at this. Okay. Look at her. Look at this. My story of love, loss, and embracing the light. Really? Really? Hold on. Let's see something real quick. One credit. Let's see something real quick. Let's look at some of the, I wonder if there's some reviews on this. Hold on. Oh man. So you see a dude like me, I get into the details, dog. I want to see, is there any no customer reviews? Wait a minute. No customer reviews, man. Not wait a minute, man. This is so messed up right now. Oh my God, no customer reviews, man. I promise you she probably uploaded this herself. Who? #1 new release when? Oh, it's a pre-order purchase. Releases February 4th, 2025. I got 4 Audible credits. I ain't about to listen to this. Oh no. Oh no. I ain't wasting my credits on this chick. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. Pre-order purchase. February 4th is the release. It's in the category of grief and loss. Allison Holker is the author. Suzanne Elise Freeman is the narrator. In this candid and emotional memoir, Allison Holker opens up about her incredible dance career. Incredible dance career? Her relationship with Stephen Twitch boss and the resilience that has carried her forward after his death. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this ridiculousness. Allison Holker was just 18 when she found fame as a contestant on the reality TV show So You Think You Can Dance. And how old is she then? Over the next several years, she had her first child, built a successful career as a professional as a professional dancer, despite the industry being hostile to working moms, and fell in love with and married fellow dancer Stephen Boss, the former hype man and DJ for Ellen DeGeneres TV show, known for his charisma and relentless positivity. 2 more children and a wealth of professional opportunities for both Allison and Stephen followed, and the Bosses appeared to be one of the great Hollywood love stories. Then, in December 2022, Stephen took his own life, leaving Allison to wrestle with unanswered questions, haunting what ifs, and the heartbreaking realization that Stephen's infectious joy was hiding pain, addictions, and self-doubt deeper than anyone knew. For the first time, Allison reveals how she has navigated the emotional and financial aftermath of Stephen's choice, guided their 3 children in their grief while managing without pouring from a well-meaning public, and reopened herself to the next chapter in her professional and personal life. A beacon of hope and comfort for anyone experiencing grief, especially unexpected loss due to unaliving, self-deletion. Allison's story is an honest reflection on the pain of looking back on a complicated life and the resilience required to move into the future.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Everybody do one of these. Okay, sure. It's so full of it, man. Look, listen. So this is released February the 4th. Yeah, we're not doing none of that. Is it like in Barnes and Nobles or something like that already or something? Because I know it's released on Amazon February the 4th, but I'm not sure if that's the actual release date of the book in general, unless she's just putting it on Amazon. Dang, it's on all kind of different book websites. Yeah, this ain't gonna do nothing. This ain't gonna sell nothing. All right, well, this has been a crazy live, man. Nobody wanted to come up. That's all right. We will be back again. We got some more stuff about the Letcher County case. We have I want to go over this video where a guy by the name of Gavin Fish, who is an excellent like investigator or reporter of like the inside stuff, because I believe he has access to some stuff down there in Kentucky, and he has the actual interview of the woman who passed away. The other one, because you know Sabrina Atkins was one that got interviewed by the Attorney General, one of the Attorney General office's detectives, and the detective was interviewing Sabrina Atkins. But there was also another interview from the other woman. I forgot her name, but the other woman who was also a part of the sex for favor scandal. And this is just so it's crazy. Gavin Fish. Somebody go to Gavin Fish's YouTube channel and put his link in. If one of the mods could do that for me, please, and put his link to the channel in the chat so people can subscribe to his channel. The dude is off the chain. So but he has the audio of the interview of that lady, and he had to do like a 2-part of it, and I want to break it down. I want to get I want to be able to go over it with you all about that as well, because we are still following this case closely. You know what I'm saying? This whole thing with Letcher County, I'm telling you, it's crazy. This river runs deep. because there has to be some type of ring or something going on down there, because it's branching off into other things, and it's starting to feel like it's getting away from the shooting. It just, I'm not saying it is. I said it feels like we're talking more about the judge and the sex scandals and all that kind of stuff. It seems like we're talking about that more now than what possibly the motive may have been. But we're gonna talk about motive as well too, because I was attached to, or I got connected to, I believe Starfish and Coffee. If you're watching, shout out to you. Linked me up to a video where it was like a 4-person panel. They was talking about the possible motives that the sheriff had. I definitely want to talk about that too as well. So we're gonna get into a lot of things with this case as well. So please stay tuned. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. If you want to support the channel, please look at the description. You got links to different ways to support the channel. Also super chat, thanks, all those type of things as well. If you want to shout your boy out, send me a video that you want me to react to or whatever, go ahead and email your boy. Email your mans at tabiztv@gmail.com. Go ahead and email right there. Boom, here it is. Email me right here, and I would definitely make sure to look at my emails and things of that nature. I know people do email me sometimes, and I will definitely be able to reach out to you and connect with you as well. All right. And so if you want, again, just send me the link to the video. Make sure that the video is not copyrighted or anything like that, and I can go ahead and use that and do a reaction video to it or whatever like that. Or if it has something to do with a new case that maybe I'm not familiar with, hey, send it to your boy, man. We will definitely get into it. You already know how we do. This your boy Tay Biz. I love you, Biz Nation. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. All of the support and love that you all showed me through the time of my demonetization and all that kind of stuff. I really, really appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. And I appreciate your support and your love. Okay, Sapphire said I'm going to email you. Take great. I will definitely be looking at my emails, and I'll be looking forward to it. All right. This your boy Tay Biz, and we out. Hey, I want you to enjoy your weekend, share love, give somebody a hug, smile at somebody, let them know like, hey, it's gonna be all right. All right. It's your boy Tay Biz, and we out. Let's go.
I brought that with me. Case they get too iffy. Baby, don't stress, don't sweat it. Put it all on my baby. Know how I'm coming, and they know what we hate. Around through that left side, low end. All of mine need more wins. If you got beef, don't come out. My young hitter might go in. Uptown GN, working all through my weekend. Hoping these don't show out, cause all of my hitters too deep in. With the boy, I'm so sane. Ain't worried about long as my money and my green. Baby, I ain't got work tomorrow. Tell me what the business is. Ain't about no club hop. I'm trying to start some businesses. Shorty, you thought it was, they better know it's not that. Talking all that online, they knowing that it's not fake. Sliding through my hood, I make maneuvers like a Uber, baby. Got a 10-year plan, these can't tell what they doing lately. And I'm way too clean, I'm Listerine, I thought they been knew it. All in my lungs, I got my red cup full of that Henny fluid. Young middle Mac, I'm swinging that leg, I'm banging that do or die. And I ain't that bleedly before I get crucified. Pippin' in my bloodline, this place in my family tree. How the they pressed, I did my best out of what they handed me. Straight out of that country, know my shawty thick as human air. And I need not mention no extensions, that's human hair. Boy, we grew in